Hi, Kat. How are you? Welcome
Thank you.
to the Herschell Carrousel Factory Museum.
I'm so excited to be here today. This
And
is
I'm
going to
happy
be
that
so
you're
wonderful.
here too. Thank you.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, let's go in.
All right.
I'll give you a short tour.
Thank you. Okay.
So this room originally was the carpenter shop in this area.
Okay.
And then the carving, all the rest of the space.
Wow.
So we've set up just a small area for carving.
Okay. Oh, and this is where they carved the horses
All the
then.
horses were carved in here.
Now, how many people would have been working in this department back at the time?
No, we don't have a number. We've looked at the pictures and kind of counted people. I'm thinking 20 or 30. This room, it would leave to go into, it would have to be all sanded, smooth, and then it would go into the next room for painting.
Okay.
But before we go there, I want to show you what's over here.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Thanks.
The magical sound of a carousel.
Oh, yes.
Something called a band organ.
Okay.
It's a band in a wooden box. It has
Right.
pipes and flutes and drums and cymbals, and it plays marches and all kinds of different music if it has the paper roll in it.
Ah.
It's very similar to the roll of a player piano. There's a hole in the master.
Right.
The punch will punch down through onto the white paper.
Right.
So when we talk with children, we talk about computers today. They work
Yeah.
on the same binary system. So
Wow.
there's not a whole lot new in the world, is there?
That's amazing, isn't it? You think everything has changed so much, but really.
The basic concepts have
Right.
been there a long time.
How long did it take you to find all of these, the original materials that would have been used in the early days?
Generally, we've been working for almost 40 years.
Wow.
So a lot of it has been here for a while.
How did you end up doing this? How did you get
There are
involved in
two
this?
reasons. One is I grew up just behind the building. My sister and I used to look through holes in the fence and watch them paint the horses. But then also I was teaching 5th and 6th grade in the city and soon realized that the children I was teaching knew nothing about their city,
Right.
had nothing to be proud of, or they didn't think they did when I would ask.
Right.
So when this opportunity came around, I thought that's something that children could become interested in learning more about their city, and that's
And
why I
have
did
some
that.
civic pride in where they were growing up.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. And how exciting for children, too, because it's a carousel. And
it's a carousel.
yeah.
Alan Herschell was a Scottish immigrant,
Okay.
and in Scotland, his family had a foundry. He was a pattern maker for the foundry.
Right.
So when he came to the United States, he started a foundry here in North Tonawanda
Okay.
with his partner James Armitage. And then Herschell traveled to New York City in the 1880s, early 1880s, and saw a very, very early carousel, one of the first. He was really enthralled by this idea.
Right.
There were no other rides.
It must have lit up a passion in him, because
It
for him to
did.
come back and start this company.
Well, it took him a little
Yeah.
while to convince his partner that they were going to make these newfangled machines.
Right.
So these are some of the earliest horses.
They look much more simple
Very
than the
simple.
very elaborate
And you
carved
notice
ones at
no
Herschel.
hole. They didn't go up
Yeah.
and down. They were on like a spring mechanism. Because they didn't test with sandbags. They tested with neighborhood children.
I love
They
that.
would open the double doors, put the band organ in the doorway, which is usually loud.
Yes.
And all the neighborhood children knew they could come and ride. That's
That's
what they did.
beautiful. Now, this is your little boy,
My little boy. Oh, great.
Gregory. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Gonna mount my horse?
Yeah, he looks good for you.
All right. Now, is my horse gonna beat his? Because,
He's gonna beat him by a nose.
oh, I like it. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is so exciting. What is his name?
King Billy.
King Billy. Oh, King Billy, I love him. He's great. Well, your mom's passion for this has made a difference in her entire community.
Yeah, I'm really proud of her. I'm really glad for the inspiration and the example that I got from her without even knowing I was getting it.
Right.
She started when I was about 7 years old. What I basically learned from these people was a team of normal people can do something. can imagine something unusual and make something that's really unlikely actually happen. This building was in bad shape. It was leaking. It was falling down. It was full of electrical supplies and leaking transformers with PCPs, and it hadn't been anything in decades. And people would say, "You're crazy. You should just tear that building down. It's going to burn down anyway." And she was like, "No, we're going to make a museum."
Around 1905, the company went bankrupt. And Herschel reformed the company, this time with his brother-in-law, Ed Spillman.
Okay.
It became the Herschel Spillman Company. Armitage retired. Herschel Spillman continued to make some of the steam riding galleries, but then they started making bigger machines. They created the overhead cam that made the horses go up and down. So Herschel Spillman continued for a while.
Right.
And then Spillman, who was a true engineer, wanted to make automobiles and automobile engines. Herschel didn't want to do that, quit, went home.
Wow.
And Spillman continued as Spillman Engineering Corporation.
Okay.
And then 2 years later, Herschel decided he'd come back and compete with his brother-in-law.
Of course he did.
That's when he bought this building, late 1915, and created just the Ellen Herschel Company,
Okay.
which is what this building is.
All right.
These animals were simpler. The legs are tucked in, the head's tucked in, the ears are tucked back.
Right.
His idea was they would be more portable. So I like to think of the carousels that came out of this building as like every person's carousel.
Right.
You didn't have to drive or travel to the big city. So this is our Kittyland testing.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel like I just fell into a camera and woke up in heaven here.
So we have the wet boat ride,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
cars, and fire trucks.
Right? Oh my gosh, this is taking me back to childhood.
Would you
Wow.
like a helicopter ride?
Oh my gosh, I'd love a helicopter ride. Everyone's ready.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm in a helicopter. Hi, Mom. Wow. Oh, here I go. I can pull the bar and I'm going up. Oh my gosh. Woohoo! So you have a picnic pavilion back there that somebody
Yes.
can run out to do a birthday party?
It's in Kittyland. Yes.
Wow, that's
So they can
wonderful.
have a party either inside in the children's gallery
Right.
or outdoors here in Kittyland. So I felt really good when I had several people come back and say that they were so happy that they knew something about their city.
Right.
In fact, I had one young servicewoman who came back and said, we were sitting around talking about what was in our cities back home, and I was so happy to be able to have something to talk about.
Right.
So it made me feel good.
That's beautiful. And it's a beautiful testament of how you used your passion for this project
Right.
to make a difference in your community.
Hopefully,
Because you
yeah.
have forever changed your community by helping to create this amazing
I hope so.
testament to Herschel Carousels.
That's very nice.
So Ray, if anybody wanted to help contribute to this amazing project, and I know that the lumber prices went way up and you had your funds to do the one outdoor area,
Right.
how can they do that?
The very easiest way is to just go on our website, which is carouselmuseum.org with 2 R's in carousel.
Okay.
Carrousel, carouselmuseum.org. There's a donate button. All you have to do is push it.
Beautiful.
Or you can just send a check. There's our addresses on our website,
Great.
so it's easy to find.
Wonderful. And how much more are you looking to raise?
Would you believe I need another 150,000?
Wow.
I had found over 400,000.
Right.
And that's what's happened to the price of lumber. And it's an all wooden building. If you notice, these buildings are all wooden with shiplap siding on the
Yeah.
outside and tongue and groove walls on the inside.
Wow.
So it's double walls of wood.
Yeah.
And
So
it's crazy.
yeah, prices did shoot up so much during the pandemic.
Astronomically.
Yeah.
So I'll keep looking.
Thank you.
It took
Thank
me
you.
Time to find the first 400. I'll just keep going.
You
and
keep
we'll-
going.
we'll
I
find
get
it.
the feeling that, how many years have you been doing this?
41 years.
41 years.
Can you believe it?
That's amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are amazing.
welcome.
I love you.
It's good to be with you.
It's
Thank
so
you.
great to be with you. Thank you.